tough game to play. I thought we got off to a good start. We're ready to play. I give our guys a lot of credit for being prepared to play. Obviously, some things got away from us in the second period there a little bit. We were really having trouble generating anything because of all the penalties. We just couldn't get any 5-on-5 going. But when we did, that was a huge goal to tie the game. They got the lead 2-1, and then we were fortunate. Some pressure on them. They made a turnover, and Gavin Gould made a real nice play to Joe Lesbrunch. That was a big goal. That was a huge goal, and I think that obviously changed momentum of the game. And then we had some power plays of our own in the third period, and we were able to capitalize. And I think that's a sign of a good team. I talk about this a lot. Your power play percentage can be overrated. I think it's important when you get opportunities in tight games when you score those power play goals. And tonight, that was the difference. We were able to capitalize on our power play. And don't care what our percentage was, but those were important goals. So overall, good game. Thought Angus was sharp in that again tonight. He continues to play well. A couple of real big stops for us, and it's just a good overall team weekend for us.
You had almost 5 minutes there of 5-on-3 on that whole sequence in the third period. Were you a little bit concerned with the fact that there would seem to be a lot more sort of standing around going on there, or were you happy with the way the puck movement was going in that?
Well, yeah, we talked about that in the intermission, because a lot of times when you get power plays, you have a tendency to relax. And I thought we did a little bit, even though we addressed that between the second and third period, that we wanted to, increase our tempo. Excuse me, and be sharp and move, and we misfired on some good opportunities. We overpassed on a few. Their goalie made a couple saves. We just weren't in sync on that, and the goal we got with 8 seconds left in that power play was huge. That ended up being a winning goal in the game, and we were fortunate to get one there, because I could sense, if you don't score, the momentum all shifts to the other team. And I thought Lake State did a real good job on that. It all starts with their goaltender. He's a good goaltender, and he played well. And they sacrificed, they blocked shots. They did a real good job on that. It made it tough for us.
And it's Tyler Hanen that gets the goal. Somebody that you've been looking for to do a little bit more and get you something offensively.
Yes, and I haven't seen the goal, but I think it was, I don't know if it was a block shot or something came right out to him, and he's Johnny on the spot and put it away. And good for Tyler, because he's been fighting things a little bit, and hopefully that helps his confidence. And he's a goal scorer, likes to score goals, so that was a huge goal for him and our team.
Another guy that you need a lot of goals from is Lesbrunch, and he picks up 2 tonight, including the one off the great play by Gould. Where's his game at right now? Because it seems like he's starting to click.
Well, he's doing some things away from the puck and without the puck better, and I think that's translated into his offensive game, believe it or not. He misfired on a few really good opportunities on that power play, but when we needed one late, he finished for us. But that's only going to help his confidence, and I think that will help him realize if he continues to block shots and back check and take care of the puck, manage the puck better, and use his teammates, then the offense will come, and we're going to need that from him, so good for him.
With all those penalties in the second period, did you have the sense that maybe if we could get something going offensively, that you might be able to draw one before the end of the period? Or
you never know, but our penalty kill was outstanding. Joe Sean did a great job with them this weekend, and that really was the game. I just felt, if they had a 2-1 and they get another one, and the way they play defensively with their goaltender, that makes it difficult. So I thought that was a real key. We had a number of penalties there in a row that we killed them. I thought that shifted the momentum back to us a little bit, and obviously we got that tying goal, which was a huge goal.
And staying with the power play, Lucchini's got 4 goals on the year, and all 4 of them have been on the power play. What is it about what he's been doing on the power play that's been so effective?
Well, he better get going 5-on-5. It's just he's just Johnny on the spot. Like I can't tell you, it was a great goal. The puck comes to him, he just shot it quick, and somehow it found its way under the goaltender. But things are going in for him. But I'd like to see a little more 5-on-5 from him. I mean, he's played well, so and he's such an energy guy. He's such a positive influence on your team, and whoever plays with him, is lucky, because he just brings it every night.
Angus doesn't see anything for about the first 12 minutes of the game, and all of a sudden the second shot's tipped in and it's 1-1, and Were you concerned at all on the bench about, you know, the fact that he just wasn't seeing any pucks until then, and the first thing that basically comes out and goes in?
No, not really, because we've been in a lot of those games, like Michigan State the weekend before, we gave up 16 shots one period, 18 the next. You know, we're not giving up a lot against, and that's critical. I mean, that's important. You know, our defensemen do such a good job. They're so mobile, and they get back on pucks. They're really good at making decisions with it. And that makes it tough on teams to be able to get in and forecheck. And I think that makes it easier on Angus. But no, I mean, he's been in these games, so, and that's what I like about him. He stays in and he's mentally sharp, and he might not get much action for a while, but all of a sudden they get a pretty darn good chance, and then he's been up to that.
You couldn't really fault him on the other one either. It was a one-timer from the slot with a kind of a broken play, but that kid put up a heck of a shot there too.
That was a real good play by them. You know, they beat us down low on a defensive zone coverage, and they found a quiet area in their D zone coverage, and it was a great shot. You know, and they're a good team. You can see why they have the record they have coming in here, and they're going to beat a lot of teams, and they're only going to continue to get better because they're so young. 3
wins in your last 4 now. You're on a little bit of a roll heading into Alaska now, aren't you?
Well, we are, and the thing I like about it is it's coming from a lot of different areas. It's just not 3 or 4 players, or you know, our depth is starting to show now, and it's good because now, you know, we were without Dylan Stamen, you know, one of our best penalty killers, you know, good all-around center. Obviously, Brent Baltus, an assistant captain, senior, who's, you know, looked really good to this point. You know, and Alex Gillies has played a lot of games and played well, and when you take that, that's a pretty good line. You put that line in anybody's lineup, you know, they're going to be in your top 2 or 3 lines on a college hockey team. So our depth was tested this weekend, and I think they did a good job. So now we're going to have some competition going up to Alaska, and we have a skating team, which is good. We're going to play on those Olympic sheets, so I think it'll be good for us to get up there and be able to use our speed and skate and use our depth.